I love Ringo. He's the lovable everyman underdog of the Beatles, and he's just so charming. He's got a sprawling art career, a song about cocaine making him sneeze,
A 10-pound bag of cocaine.
and yeah, I don't know, I just like him. During the Beatles' career, he sang lead on 11 songs, and today we are ranking them from worst to best. I hope you enjoy that, guys. Like the video if you just love that, and if you think that's so cool. Okay, here we go. Number 11, Matchbox. I always forget this weird little cover song exists. It's kind of obscure, at least for a Beatles song, and weirdest of all is that it was released as a single at the height of Beatlemania in 1964, some months before I Feel Fine, which, you know, is a song they actually tried on. This song was comboed with Long Tall Sally as a B-side, and was also featured on the Long Tall Sally EP, which is an EP full of, like, honestly, the most forgettable, boring Beatles songs, mostly covers, and I think it was released to appeal to the American audience, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, this song is pretty boring rock and roll, I have very little to say on it, very forgettable, very weird choice for a single, and this is also a rare case where I think the original is better than the Beatles' rendition. I don't know. Normally the Beatles actually kind of outperform the originals of the songs they cover, at least in my opinion, but not with this one. Carl Perkins does a better job, who'd have thunked it? Anyway, next. Number 10, I Wanna Be Your Man. This is the song I expected to be at the bottom until I remembered that Matchbox exists. The song was given to the Rolling Stones because they didn't want to give away a good song, and then they also recorded it themselves. It's just really, really boring and repetitive, which is sort of ironic because the lyrics of the song were sort of rehashed for I Wanna Hold Your Hand, which is like the song that made the Beatles blow up. Also, this is kind of random, but this was one of the songs put in the game Beatles Rock Band, which is a super fun game that I've beaten over 20 times, but I think it's the worst song in that game. But I understand the pick because I think they tried to have one Ringo and George song for every section of the game, probably so all of your friends can be their respective Beatle and sing their respective songs. That's so cute. I love that. As for the song, all I can say that's good about it is the B section, which I think isn't bad. I like the but you know, it's also a bit ironic that the one part of the Ringo song I actually kind of enjoy is the one part where John and Paul are singing instead.
I wanna be your man.
Sorry, Bongo. Anyway, next. Number 9, Honey Don't. Ringo was given a surprising number of random fucking country songs to cover over the Beatles run, and I think this is the one that is the most forgettable of them, besides Matchbox, which also happens to be a song written by Carl Perkins. That's literally all I have to say about it. Next. Number 8, What Goes On. This is on what might be my favorite Beatles album these days, Rubber Soul. It's also the worst song on that album, I think. But that's nothing against the song actually, it's just a testament to how good this album is. I always thought this one was a cover, just because of how similar it sounds to songs like Honey Don't and Act Naturally, but I guess it must just be the influence of country ditties like those, because it turns out this is an original. I originally had this one lower on the list, but I just really like the B section, especially the way Ringo says Gil, 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 Gil. Gil. Ringo always says it like that. I know this because of his I Wish I Was a Powerpuff Girl song. If you didn't know about that song, sorry.
Wish I was a Powerpuff Girl.
Anyway, pretty good stuff. Next. Number 7, Good Night. If you're a fan of my channel, you probably expected this to be at the bottom because I literally put it on my list of 7 worst Beatles songs of all time. But, you know, I have since regretted including Good Night on that list. It's still not my favorite, but I really respect the concept and theming of the song. It comes right after the chaotic and frankly scary Revolution 9 to offer to you a peaceful reprieve and finale. It's got this beautiful and iconic string arrangement and this old dreamy Hollywood feel. I only wish that John could have sung this one instead, because they apparently recorded a version with John on vocals, but it got lost at some point. So yeah, this song is actually pretty alright. It's still not as good as my next pick though. Number 6, Act Naturally. I don't know, I just love this song. I find it to be very charming. It's about a guy who's just so fucking sad that he thinks he should be an actor as a fucking sad guy because he wouldn't even have to act because he's already a fucking sad guy. Like, what a fucking concept. And this song also just fits Ringo's voice very well, I feel. It's just a good-ass country ditty, which was originally recorded by Buck Owens, and in the late 80s, Ringo and Buck recorded it again as a duet, so that's kind of cool. It's very, very 80s for sure, but it's charming. The Beatles version is still my favorite between all 3 though, and I don't know, Help is a top-tier early Beatles album, no bad tracks, Act Naturally is no exception. Give me that sad cowboy Ringo. Anyway, next. Number 5, Yellow Submarine. This is a song I used to have some spite towards just because I used to mention the Beatles to people and they would always just sing the song and go, "We are living in a yellow submarine." But I've since gotten the frick over myself and I gotta admit, this one's a bop. It's a classic, alright? Everyone and anyone can love Yellow Submarine. It's just cheery, fun, and great for all fucking ages. Woohoo! I like the song. I like the movie, and I don't like the album, but I like Hey Bulldog. Also, I have the Lego set of it. Check it out. I got this at a time I was very poor, but they had just stopped selling them, so I picked it up fast off eBay, and I'm glad I did because it has since over doubled in price. Anyway, great song. Always reminds me of that classic scene from the movie where they tell that big purple guy he's ugly and then kill him. Next. Number 4, Don't Pass Me By. This was the first song Ringo ever wrote, and it was actually written before he even joined the Beatles, but wasn't recorded till 1968 for the White Album. Apparently there's a 1964 interview where Paul somewhat mocks Ringo by singing a section of it, but I can't for the life of me find that clip.
Oh, yes, I've written a good one, you see, but no one seems to want to record it.
No, don't pass me by, don't make me cry, don't make me blue, baby.
Anyway, I'm kind of glad they waited so long to record this one because I don't think it would have been nearly as interesting if it weren't recorded at such an experimental time for the Beatles. It's got a weird wavy piano, jaunty violin, and the whole feel that makes it feel like a carnival. The song likely would have been played much more straight if recorded in 1963, though part of me would love to hear what that would sound like. Anyway, I've always had a soft spot for this song, even if it's not one of my top White Album picks. That's just because the White Album is rad and full of amazing songs and also Revolution 9. Anyway, next. Number 3, With a Little Help from My Friends. Imagine the Beatles putting a Ringo song right at the front of an album. That's how you know it's good. It goes past the point of being one of the best Ringo songs to just being one of the best Beatles songs. I love the way this song chugs along as Ringo sings all sleepy over it. If you didn't know, the Beatles purposely brought Ringo back into the studio after a long night of recording to intentionally get Ringo sounding sleepy on the recording. Also, there's a line about Ringo's dick, apparently, which I never caught on, but I read that somewhere. Good stuff. Okay, next. Number 2, Boys. I know that some people are going to be thinking that I'm putting this little cover from their first album up way too high, but I cannot deny the fun-loving manic energy of Boys. The song, not the gender. I've overlooked it for a long ass time, up until around the start of 2024 when I was playing Beatles Rock Band with my cousin. We were doing the story mode and we saved this song for last because I told him it was just alright. Then we played it and found it to be literally the most fun song in the game. It has such a raw, fun energy and a killer bass with that After playing the song, we went into the music room and learned it on guitar and drums, and it's literally the song that got my cousin to the Beatles, so thank you, Boys, both the song and the ones who recorded it. Next, number 1. For me, I don't think there was ever any competition. Number 1 is Octopus's Garden. I love me some nautical nonsense, and this was the number 1 king of that for almost 30 years till it was dethroned possibly maybe by Ween's Ocean Man in 1997. But the two songs are friends. Every ocean man needs their garden, and every octopus needs their man. It's not a perfect metaphor. I'm still working out the kinks. Octopus's Garden has been one of my favorite Beatles songs from the beginning. I remember when my dad got us Abbey Road on record, and I told him that my favorites were Maxwell's Silver Hammer and Octopus's Garden, and he was like, "Dang it, Ammon, you always like the silly ones." But whatever, I love this song. It just sounds like the ocean, especially that part where they scream into bubbles. It, along with Ocean Man, inspired my own song, In the Bathtub. And one of my friends said I sounded like Ringo in the song, and that could have come straight off of Goodnight Vienna, which is Ringo's best solo album. I love Ringo, and I love you. Like, subscribe, listen to In the Bathtub. Okay, bye. Mwah.
Soaking up the suds, having lots of fun in the bathtub. Picking up my scrub, thinking about my love in the bathtub. Oh, and life's but a dream when I'm feeling oh so clean in the bathtub. Squeaking on my duck, washing off the mug in the bathtub. Banging on some spoons, making up some tunes in the bathtub. Oh, that music's sounding grand, so I think I'll start a band in the bathtub. Squeaky clean! Yeah.